Hey there, planners. Today I'm going to be setting up for the week of October 18th in my new Scribbles That Matter B5 planner, and I'm so excited to be using these sticker kits from Design Lovely Studio. They are printable, they are beautiful, and they go along with my Apple theme for this month. You guys have asked for more weekly setup videos, and so that's what I'm giving you today. So go grab your planners and let's get planning. All right, so here's where I'm going to be starting my setup. I have already captured some items. I made these sticky notes, these printable sticky notes, and I put little Apple images and logos and fall themed items on them. If you're interested in learning how to do this, it's super simple. I will leave the supplies down in the description box below, and then I'll also leave a link to a video all about how to make your own sticky notes. It's very simple, it's very fun. It's great to have sticky notes to go along with your theme of whatever you're using, or just to have really cool sticky notes. So I'm going to be setting up here, and my setup has had to completely change because of how big this this notebook is. I'm actually loving it. I have been using it for a couple weeks now, and I am absolutely loving the size of this notebook. It gives me so much space and so many options. I love having more space for journaling, but I also like the way I am utilizing the space. So basically how I am setting up is I'm dividing each page in half horizontally. So I'll have this top half for, kind of a this week running to-do list, quick view items, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm actually only using 2 pages because they're so big, but that covers the whole week. So let me just set this over to the side, and I am dividing up the pages with this great little fall washi set that I got. I got this off Amazon for super cheap. Now, the great thing about Scribbles That Matter is they actually give you an indication, and probably can't see it on the screen, but there is an indication of where the middle of the page is, which makes it very simple to divide the page in half, which I appreciate. But if you don't have a Scribbles That Matter or a notebook that gives you that indication, you can always set up a grid spacing page, which I did in the original setup. I set up this very handy grid spacing page, which does all the math for me for my most common divisions, the way I divide up a page. I'll leave the original setup of this notebook listed down below if you missed that and want to go back and catch it, so you can see exactly how I set up this this notebook. So I'm dividing the page in half, and I'll start with a this week's section here at the top, and it's really just for items like this that I've been capturing as I come into this week. We're coming off a pretty long vacation, so I've got a lot of things still left to catch up on. So this sticker kit has been really awesome. This is from Design Lovely Studio, and I have printed it out at full size, and it's the entire Apple kit line. It's so adorable, but I'm going to be using this little This Week sticker here, and I think I'm going to pull one of the washies. So this kit comes with a lot of really cute washies as well, and so it's washies, functional boxes, icons, kind of all you need to set up your planner for the week, and so much more. There was just so much in this kit. I really have enjoyed, and I'm going to continue using Design Lovely Studio, because not only is the quality really great, but also just the amount of stickers that you get. It's really nice to have all of these. And the good thing about buying digital stickers is that you can continue to use them over and over again. So if I ever want to use the Apple theme again, I've got all of the stickers there and available. All right, so let me go ahead and set up this section for this week, and I'll come back and talk about how I'm setting it up and how I'm using it. All right, so there is the week at a glance, sort of this week setup, and you can see it's just enough space for me to fit in all of the things that I like to have in my week at a glance, and that includes my meal plan, a little weather tracker. I do populate this before the week starts and then make adjustments. So I fill this in with with erasable ink like a friction. And then I have a little to-do list section. This week I included a little note about the fact that it's my youngest daughter's birthday this week. So we'll be celebrating that. And I've got just a little bit more room here if I want to add anything in or if I want to extend this to-do list. So that's my week at a glance. These are items in my to-do list at my week at a glance. I keep items that don't necessarily have a specific due date. So they're not due on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. They're just things that I need to keep an eye on and get done as I can throughout the week. And I always come here first. When I'm looking at my planner, first thing in the morning, I always come here first and see what of these items is left to do and which ones can I possibly get done today. I also reference it for, the meal plan and any prep that needs to be done. So that's the setup for this week. I'm going to go ahead and set up Monday the way I like it to look, so you can actually see how I'm doing that. And I'm going to be using these super cute stickers. They are the days of the week, which I absolutely love. So adorable from this sticker kit. So let me go ahead and start on Monday. How is everybody's October going? Is everybody feeling as busy as I am? I have got a tremendous amount going on. Not only is it just a busy time of year, but I also am somewhat returning to work in a hybrid situation, but starting to go back into the office finally, which is refreshing and exciting and such a big change from what I've been doing for almost 2 years now. So it is really an exciting time. So I do like to set up here my to-do list for the day, and I use these little stickers from Design Lovely Studio, and you can see how easy these come out. Now I do use my Cricut. I have a Cricut Explore Air 2, and I'll have that link down below. But I use my Cricut to print. I print these out with my my regular inkjet printer, and then I put these in the Cricut and cut them. And I have found it to work really well. I use very cheap printer paper that I get off Amazon. They're actually shipping labels, just labels used for shipping. So they're 8.5 by 11 size sheets, and they're extremely cheap. I get them in large packs. So it's a great way to print your own stickers. And I have found that, I don't always think far enough ahead to know what stickers I'm going to want. So this is really helpful for being able to just kind of shop and print. And also I love the fact that I have the stickers forever. So, as with regular sticker kits, printed sticker kits, you have them once, and I would get into this, fear of using, and I would end up hoarding stickers because I knew once I used it, it was gone. But with digital stickers, I don't have that concern because I have the file forever. I can print it as much as I want to. I can print it in different sizes. I can use it in different ways. So I really have been enjoying that. And Design Lovely Studio is really fantastic. The selection is amazing. All right, so here's my to-do list. And I do have a couple of items that I'm going to go ahead and add because I already know I need to tackle them. All right, and you all know I really, I always put a place in my daily planner for my daily Bible study, a verse from my daily Bible study. I've had a lot of questions about where I get this verse from, so there's really two places. One is just my daily Bible study. As I'm reading in the morning, if a verse really stands out to me and I want to kind of keep that in front of me throughout the day, I will write it over here. It's also a way to help do kind of a memory verse by writing it again. I also receive an email every day from K-Love. K-Love is a Christian radio station, international Christian radio station, and they send a verse of the day. And so if I haven't had one that really stood out to me, or I'm not working currently on a memory verse, I will just use the K-Love verse of the day. If you are looking for a daily Bible verse, that is a great resource from K-Love, and you can sign up for free. And I've never gotten spam from them. It's always just the daily Bible verse, and I've been doing that for years. So I do have my daily Bible verse, and then I do want to put a spot in for tracking my own meals. So I am actually in the middle of doing my fourth quarter sugar detox. And this is something I do twice a year. And it's really just, for me, I try not to impact my family too much because not everybody in the house wants to do a sugar detox, and it can be quite restricting. But it's because it's all sugars. It's any carbohydrates, anything that would spike your glucose levels. So I cook meals for the family, or we prepare meals as a family, but then I am eating a much more restrictive, far more veggies, no grains, no sugars, nothing like that. So I am actually tracking my meals here kind of separately to make sure that I am thinking about it and preparing ahead. So that's really it for the setup for the day. That's kind of the sections, and I leave space here. This is my journaling space, and then I also have some additional room in case I need to capture anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the rest of the week's pages, and then I'll come back and flip through, and you can see kind of going into the week how I have prepared what each day looks like. All right, so I have the days all set up, and I'll kind of walk through how I've set them up. So first off, I do want to show this. I've added in this little tip out card, and this is actually a journaling card that came in a scrapbooking kit maybe last year. I'm not exactly sure when I got this or where I got this from, but it's super cute. Because I am going to start going into the office, I wanted to have a little checklist for myself of things I need to remember to do in the morning or to get ready the night before that I'm going to be commuting. There's some equipment and, just supplies, things I have at home that I have been using to work from home that I need to make sure I pack in my work bag to take with me, some things to just help myself remember how to commute to work because it's been so long. So I did this little flip out so I can just pop that out in the morning and see, okay, yep, these are the things, or the night before, these are the things I need to do. So I think that's going to really come in handy, and it just folds in. And, the thing I like about it is even if I'm, further in, I can still pop it out and take a look at that. So that's one item I added. Here's Monday all set up with my to-do list and items that I have. I have Tuesday, and you can see I've used a lot of the stickers from this kit just as decoration, but the basic layout stays the same. I have to-dos, events, items, important things here. I have space for journaling. I have some decor. I've got my daily Bible verse, and then I've got a place to track my detox progress, what I'm eating and how that's going. So that's kind of the basic layout for every day. And here's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. One thing I will say that I really enjoy about this layout is having separate days for Saturday and Sunday. In the past, when I was using an A5 or a B6, I was combining Saturday and Sunday into one day. It has really been nice to have two separate days for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday tends to be a pretty busy day for me. That's the day I typically do filming and editing of videos for this channel. So I like having a separate space, whereas Sunday I try to keep very light and relaxed and not do a whole lot of work on Sunday. So that's kind of the layout. Now I do have one more thing I wanted to do before I wrap up this setup, and that is to add in a couple of vellum tip-ins. So I like to have these tip-ins between the pages because it just kind of cuts down on the distraction, but I can still easily flip and see both pages. So I'm going to be tipping in these two images. These are images that I pulled off of Pixabay. Pixabay is a great resource for copyright-free images, which I think is really important. I see a lot of folks pulling images off of Pinterest, and there are some pretty strict rules around copyright infringement with Pinterest images. So if you're doing that, I would just say be very careful about that and make sure you're reading the guidelines. But Pixabay is a great place to copyright-free images, free to use in whatever way you want to, and there are just thousands and thousands and thousands of images you can search by topic area. So of course I searched by fall, and I found these two great images. This one is a kind of a watercolor barrel of apples, which is perfect for this theme. And then these are those bright red fall leaf colors. Looks like a maple leaf. So I'm going to be tipping those in. Now you guys have asked a lot of questions about tipping in because I do this quite regularly. I did a kind of a slow-mo of this in the setup of this. I also have a whole video on how I tip in. But basically, I'm using an old PetSmart card that doesn't have any balance on it. But I keep these cards because they are perfect for this. I fold the tape back on the card so that the sticky is on the outside. And then I just press it into the spine. Once I get the paper where I want it, I press it into the spine, and I use small pieces. I try to stay as small as possible. So press into the spine and then smooth it out. And I always do the back of the page first because I just think it comes out better. And I use really small pieces. I don't use large pieces. I do the edges and the back first, and then I come back and do the front, and usually I only need one piece on the front. So I would say this takes some practice and some playing with to see what method works for you. This I have kind of developed over time. I have watched some other videos, watching folks tip things in, and see this, I almost don't even need it on the front. And so I don't even think I'll add any tape on the front because it's held really well on the back, and it doesn't interfere with any of the page. So you can see that just kind of helps separate things out and keep it so that I can focus, my eyes can focus just on Monday, and then when I flip, I can just focus on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's still there, and it's easy to flip back to, but it just helps me kind of add that separation in. And I'll do the same thing with the weekend. All right, so there's that Apple page popped in to separate the week from the weekend, and I love the way that looks. It really goes with the theme. I love the colors and the image. I am using vellum sheets that I got off Amazon. I'll have them linked down in the description box below. And then I just use my regular inkjet printer. I take the image, I get it to the right size of the vellum page I want, and then print it and print it on the vellum. And the vellum comes in different colors, so if you wanted to do colored vellum, you could. It's just a really easy way to add some decor and some utility, because it really does help you focus, but also to add some decor that is not too thick, because vellum sheets are pretty thin. So tipping those in here is not bulking up the planner too much, and Scribbles That Matter is already pretty thick, so I want to be very careful about that. All right, so that is my weekly setup. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this. I hope that you got some ideas from this. I would love to hear from you. How is your October planning going? Are you switching things up? Are you doing anything different? Are you feeling overwhelmed as we count down to the end of the year? I would love to hear all of that down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know. Subscribe to Planning Annie for more content like this, and as always, thanks for planning with me.